Today, we're going to be doing a video on what supplements I take and the timing of which I take them at. This isn't going to be like in any sort of order of like importance or like timing of the day. It's just kind of like whatever I set it up with. And before we actually like start the video officially, these are not like specific brands that I swear by or anything like that. I just happen to like the way they taste, so that's just what I take. All right, starting right here, we got the pre-workout. Got three technically different kinds. We got the Gorilla Modes and then CBums stuff. Now, I have the luxury of actually getting to try multiple different supplements because I used to work at a supplement store, so I got them for a little bit cheaper than other people do. And the two that I landed on that I like the most were these two, mostly for the fact that, in my eyes, these kind of follow two different ideas for working out. Like one of them, the Gorilla Mode, either the nitric or the regular stim version, I would say is more directly focused on the pump, the actual pump from the workout. And CBums, especially the secret stuff, is more geared towards the actual workout itself. Like, especially for me in particular, I notice a lot more vascularity in the pose downs when I take the mode versus the secret stuff, like in general. Missy doesn't like this topic, so she's leaving. Like, even from the moment you're drinking the pre-workout itself, like, the flavors kind of indicate what kind of experience you're gonna have, at least in my opinion. Like, the secret stuff is a much sharper, like, I don't know if it's sharper is the right word, but I would call it a sharp flavor, which directly contrasts the Gorilla Mode. I'm pretty sure it has the same amount of caffeine in there. Yeah, per serving, at least, is the same amount of caffeine. And I pretty much take them, like, what it recommends, like, about 30 to 40 minutes before the workout. I can push it a little bit further with the Gorilla Mode just because I don't have that itch to start right away. However, one thing I really need people to keep in mind is that this stuff in particular is so strong that my workouts, if it's not like a leg day in particular, I don't get the full effect of it, or I don't get to use the full effect of it. So it's left over in my body, how much energy I have. I still feel it in the shower, and then I still feel it when I go to bed. So I highly recommend taking this like at least, in my experience, 5 hours before even laying down. But anyways, aside from the pre-workout, I can go ahead and pair these two together because I take them at the same time. The essential aminos, complete, it has electrolytes, you know, the recovery stuff, BCAAs. It has amino acids, not as much hydration as I'd like, so I use 2 scoops of this. And of course, creatine as well. I think everybody who works out and who has been interested in creatine especially has read the studies on how good creatine can actually be. The only thing I kind of see being an issue is the fact that you have to take this so consistently for so long. I believe, from what I interpret from the studies that I've read, is that because, you know, creatine literally just helps you hold water better, it may require you to just keep taking it forever. And I mean, like with most supplements anyways, you're probably going to be doing that regardless. And not to mention, you can even skip like 3-4 days with this stuff and you can still feel the effects because you produce it naturally anyways, especially if you're eating red meat most of your days. And not to mention, it is so cheap now, especially monohydrate. I just see no reason not to take it. I usually take this as like a intra or post workout supplement, because for me personally, it's a lot easier to drink a lot of liquids during, because I do cardio right after I work out. So I either drink it during my cardio or after the cardio. And like I said, I have no allegiance to these in particular. I just happen to get it for cheap, and I like this flavor, but a strawberry banana is pretty good. And last but not least, this is the only thing I could probably say I swear to at the moment. The Secret Whey protein is like one of the, actually no, probably is the best protein flavor I've ever had ever. Like a lot of people, I just have a preference for vanilla flavors in particular. And for me, this one just knocks it out of the park. It's like I would say for flavor-wise, it's a 10 out of 10 for me. And not to mention, like, I don't know if I have any pictures. I'll try to throw them up if I do have any. But I bake this into a lot of things, like cheesecake, for example. Because something I just couldn't give up is like sweet desserts, or like actual, you know, real desserts, not just candy. So I bake this into anything that I can, really, and just eat that. And of course, protein ice cream too. You can look up a super easy protein ice cream recipe on ChatGPT. And for the most part, that's kind of it for the supplements I take right now. But there are actually a couple that I've been interested in taking for a little while now. I've been watching Coach Greg for like 6, 7, 8 months now, talking about it. Obviously, he talks about his supplements in every single video and almost every single post that he makes on Instagram as well. Currently, I've tried his pre-workout, the protein bars, and that's it at the moment. I have my dad on the G test at the moment, where I'm still waiting for an evaluation from him. But something that in particular interests me is the GO2 Max. That one in particular, because I do so much cardio these days. I've been doing at least 30 minutes of cardio, at least. Let me think. For the past 2.5 weeks now. And of course, like 20 minutes before that, just to kind of get myself into the pattern of doing it every day. But nowadays, it's anywhere between 35 minutes and 45 minutes, depending on how much I ate. And that's one thing that is heavily emphasized and very well studied, at least from GO2 Max, is that it does actually improve your cardiovascular health. Obviously, if you look into it a little bit more, there are studies potentially showing that it could improve longevity. And especially in like that 3 to 6 month range, you can expect to see like better skin health as well. That doesn't interest me too much, but if it helps me get rid of my acne, that'd be pretty sweet. And obviously, this is going to lead me to his, I guess, flagship supplement that he's selling right now, and that's the Turkesterone supplement he has. I think he calls it Turk Builder Max now. He's finally going to be having it like more readily available for people to buy, and so I'm going to snag it up while I can. And you probably heard him say countless times that it has steroid-like effects, like more aggression. You look drier, you look harder, and most importantly, you can build muscle with it naturally. The only thing I'm a bit nervous about with that one in particular is the energy production of it, because I already don't sleep very well at like just by myself. I do get enough sleep time, like 6 to 7 hours usually, and I'm not going to make any excuses. I should be getting 8 or maybe 9 even. But hopefully I am a non-responder in the aspect of I don't have so much energy that I can't sleep. But that will be, who knows when that'll happen. Oh, I remember now. There is one more supplement that you guys may not even be able to guess. Like, can you guess what it is? Like try leaving a comment, seeing if you actually can guess this. It's not technically a supplement, but I see it that way. All right. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. In particular, there are studies showing that people who do drink diet sodas tend to eat less and keep that weight off for longer. And yes, I'm in that crowd. I'm in the crowd that believes that aspartame isn't that bad for you. I know there are plenty of people on the opposite end that still believe that diet and zero sugar sodas are just purely bad for you. Or not just purely bad, but just as bad as regular soda. But I agree with the fact that it's 0 calories, so I can drink it. And plus, I like the strawberries and cream one in particular. Hopefully this is not just limited edition. I'll be super mad if it is. Because there was a limited version of the Coke Zero Oreo flavor that I absolutely loved personally. But I guess not everybody did, so it's gone. And I don't just find this one good because I see the study saying it's good. I'm personally one of the people that actually does see it working in my own daily life. I can take this between a meal and then just not be as hungry anymore. And hopefully that effect just lasts in the long term. But yeah, what would this be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different supplements that I take. I don't take a whole lot. And technically, of course, I take a multivitamin as well, including fish oil. But I genuinely believe that unless instructed by, your doctor or something to not take it, I think everybody should be taking a multivitamin regardless. I don't care that there are studies showing that selenium can stay in your liver longer. I don't care. You're not eating enough nuts for that to matter anyway. I'm almost positive. And even if you are eating those, I don't believe it's enough to actually long-term impact your health compared to like smoking cigarettes or drinking. But yeah, that's all I got for now. I hope this is still recording because I didn't even check. And that's all. Catch you guys later.